At the sixth unit of output, the average cost is 320 rupees. And then they ask the what is marginal cost at the sixth unit of output. This is the our findings. How to find marginal cost? Before going to the finding out the marginal cost, we are calculating the formula for the marginal cost. Formula for the marginal cost is change in total cost divided by
Cost.
change in output. Okay.
Change.
Marginal cost formula is change in total cost by change in output. So here is change in output is there. The change in output is 6 minus 5. We are finding out the change in output is from 5 to 6, sixth unit of output. So the change in output is 1. Okay, the change in output is y. Sixth unit of output we are finding out marginal cost. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So change in output is we are identifying. Change in output is the value of the change in output is equal to 1. Now we are going to the find out change in total cost. How to we are finding change in total cost? Then we are going to the average cost. What is the formula for the average cost is it is a summation of average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Okay. Otherwise, we are taking as the average cost. Formula for the average cost is equal to total cost divided by output. Okay, remember here the change is there, that is marginal cost. Simply we are taking as the total cost divided by output, it gives average cost. Total cost is this much. What is the average cost per unit? Average cost represent ratio between total cost by output. Okay, first of all we are finding out average cost at the fifth unit of output. So fifth unit of output, what is average cost? That time our fifth unit of output, our average cost is 300. So I am taking as the fifth average cost for the fifth unit of output is average cost is equal 300 is equal total cost is we don't know, we are taking as the is fifth unit of output. So 300 is equal total cost divided by 5. Then we are sending out 5 here and multiplication. Okay, 300 into 5, it becomes 1500. Okay, 1500 is equal our total cost. Total cost at the fifth unit of outputs. Then we are replacing here. We are finding out total cost for the fifth unit of output. That is 1500 rupees is the total cost. Same as we are also finding out total cost as the sixth unit of output. Okay, same as here is 320 is equal to total cost at the sixth unit divided by our output is 6. Okay, same as the 6 is comes as a multiplication. 320 into 6 is equal to
920.
320 into 6 is equal to 1920. So our total cost at the sixth unit is 1920. Okay, then we are finding out the marginal cost. Marginal cost for the sixth unit is change in total cost. 1920 minus 1500. The change is 1920 minus 1500 is equal to 420. The answer is 420. Okay, the marginal cost for the producing sixth unit of output is the answer is 420. Okay, they are giving it is lengthy question, but we are finding out easily immediately. First of all, multiply for easy way. First of all, what they are given, immediately multiply output into AC, that is our average cost, and then multiply 6 into 320 and differentiate both things. Multiplication, first of all, this types of question is given, directly go for the output multiplied with the average cost. Okay, here is output is multiplied with the average cost, and then directly differentiate the this multiplication value, that is our marginal cost. Okay, it is clear. Output, average cost. From the values of output and average cost, we are finding out the marginal cost. The formulas are most important. Okay, these types of problem also we expect from the production economics. And once again explain detailed about all concept involved in this question. Okay, first of all, remember about total physical product. Total physical product is also same known as the actual output. It is simply taken as a y. Okay, another one is average physical product. Average physical product is the ratio between the output by input, y by x. Okay, another concept is marginal physical product. Formula for the marginal physical product is change in output by change in input. Okay, another one is total cost is there. Total cost is the summation of total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Okay, average cost is there. Average cost is simply we are taking as a ratio between the total cost by quantity of output. Otherwise, we are also taken as the, it is a summation of average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Another one is marginal cost. Marginal cost is the ratio between the change in total cost by change in output. Okay, another one concept is total revenue. Total revenue formula is simply taken as the market price of the output multiplied with the quantity of the output. Okay, quantity of output, qy is the quantity of output, py is the price of the output, market price of the commodity multiplied with the quantity, that gives total revenue. And then average revenue. Average revenue formula is same as the ratio between the total revenue divided by quantity of output. Here y is quantity of output, q y quantity of output. Okay, and then marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is same as the change in total revenue divided by change in output. Okay, quantity of output, qy, also written as our choice, qy, or simply put as a y. Okay, qy quantity of output. Okay, these are the formulas: total physical product, average physical product, marginal physical product, total cost, average cost, marginal cost, total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue. Okay, yesterday previous class I have completed at this point three stages of production function, law of returns, return to scale. And today I am completely explaining about three stages of production function. Three stages of production function is also considered as a short run production function. Short run production function. Why? Because means in three stages of production functions explain relationship between factor product relationship, variation in single input. What is the variation in the output? Product or output are same, pronunciation is same, product output. We are taking as a factor product relationship, input output relationship. Okay, three stages of production functions also explain short run production function. Why? Because means here in three stages of production function we are considering the single input variations. For example, we have the seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, number of labor engagement, and number of hours irrigation is given. These are the inputs: seed, fertilizers, pesticides, labor, number of labors, and irrigation times. All are input involved in production process. But among these five inputs, I am keeping seed is constant, fertilizer is constant, pesticides is constant, labor is constant. But I am changing irrigation hours. Number of hours irrigations is change given. Okay, that is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Okay, all are remain constant. For example, 100 seed rate is taken, 100 is constant. Fertilizer is 20 kgs is given, 20 constant. Pesticides 1 liter spraying is done, or 10 tanks of spraying is done, that is 10 tank. Here is 3 number of labors is in, always 100, 21, 3 always. But irrigation hours increases, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Irrigation number of irrigation hours is increases. What is the output response? How is there? So the law in concept you are previously also studied, law of returns explained. Number of inputs are available, but we are focusing on the single input variation. The same concept we are studied at the three stages of production function. in three stages of production function is analyzed based upon total physical product, average physical product, marginal physical product. Okay, here we are discussing about single input variation. So we are taken as the, it is a short run production function. In short run production function only, the differentiation among the between the input is possible. For example, take here 5 inputs are available: seed, fertilizer, pest, labor. This seed, fertilizer, pesticide, labor are considered as a fixed inputs. Here is irrigation hours are there. It is a variable input. Variation is takes place, increasing or decreasing will be done. So fixed inputs, variable inputs, differentiation is possible in short run production function only. Input differentiation done only short run production function. For in-depth question as a product differentiation is possible, that type of inputs are analyzed under law of returns. Law of returns explain single input variation done, how to the output variation is done. Okay, law of returns comes into operation, the product differentiation is possible. There is no product differentiation is possible at that situation, return to scale principle will be comes into operation. Okay, all inputs are variable in nature, that is return to scale. So in three stages production function is considered as a short run production function. It is also a input output relation, factor product relation. Okay, we are known the three stages. We are differentiating the three stages based upon the TPP, APP, MPP. There is some conditions are there: ending of the first stage, ending of the third stage. How do we end the first stage? How do we start the third stage? Okay, where MPP is equal to marginal physical product is equal to average physical product. MPP is equal to APP. That is ending of the first stage. Okay, same as the when MPP is equal to 0. This is our origin line, x-axis. This is our origin line. Okay, here is 0. Here is -5. So taken, this is as our origin line. This is x-axis. Here is 0 point is there. At that point, MPP is equal to 0. That is the end of the second stage. Okay, remember in competitive exams, they ask us the MPP is equal to 0 in second stage, in end of the second stage, starting of the third stage. Both are same. End of the second stage is same as the starting of the third stage. In economics, selection of option is most important. We are going to the most appropriate answer selection. Okay, take care here. Not second stage, end of the second stage, starting of the third stage, MPP is equal to 0. Okay, MPP is equal to 0. The value is MPP is equal to 0 at the end of the second stage. This is also known as the starting of the third stage. When MPP is equal to 0, same as we observe that at that point, TPP is equal to maximum value. 29 is there. TPP is equal to maximum. There is a two conditions. Okay, TPP is equal to maximum. MPP is equal to 0. That is end of the second stage, starting of the third stage. End of second stage, starting of the third stage. Okay, this is end of second stage, starting of third stage. Same as a condition here, where MPP is equal to APP. Here red line is MPP, green line is equal to APP. At this point, at the sixth unit of output, both are same. MPP is equal to, here is there, MPP is equal to APP. Okay, at this point where MPP is equal to APP, that is the end of the first stage, starting of the second stage. Okay, remember one point. At that point, our APP is equal maximum. Here is point, check here. This is the 3.83. Here is 3.83. This is the APP is called maximum point. Okay, here also is there 3.8 here, 3.83, 3.71, 3.5, 3.22. APP going on decreases. When APP reaches maximum, okay, APP reaches maximum, at that point, MPP Okay, APP reaches maximum at that point. MPP tangent with the APP. That is the ending of the first stage. Here is also 2 points are there. APP is maximum. That is the ending of the first stage. APP reaches maximum at that point. MPP tangent with the APP, average physical product, marginal physical product, tangent with the APP. That is the point of maximum of APP, average physical product maximum point. So ending of the first stage is APP is equal to MPP, as well as APP is maximum point. Okay, here is 3.8, here is 3.83. APP value is maximum at that point. Once again explain here. 3.83 APP reaches maximum, compulsory marginal physical product tangent with the APP. This is the ending of the first stage, starting of the second stage. And then one more point is there. Okay, where MPP is equal to 0. Here is there, the MPP value is equal to 0. This is the ending of the second stage, starting of the third stage. At that point, MPP is equal to 0. At that point, TPP is reaches maximum. Same as the here MPP is equal to APP. That is ending of the first stage. At that point, APP is also maximum. APP maximum at ending of the first stage. TPP maximum at ending of the second stage. This is the stage differentiation. How to identify ending of the first stage, how to identify ending of the second stage. What is the important of the stages? This condition is when we well known about these points, it is easy for us to identify what is the elasticity of production. Okay, formula for the elasticity of production is in terms of
MPP by
APP and
APP.
MPP. Yes, MPP by APP.
APP.
It is easy for us to identify what is the elasticity of production, MPP by APP. This means here one point is there where MPP is called APP, that is end of the first stage. So when MPP value is equal to 2, compulsory APP value is equal to 2. When MPP value is equal to 3, compulsory APP value is also equal to 3. 2 by 2 means 1. 3 by 3 means 1. 4 by 4 means 1. At the end of the first stage, elasticity of production is always equal to 1. Okay, why? Because end of the first stage elasticity of production is equal to 1 means the formula for the elasticity of production is called MPP by APP. When end of the first stage condition is compulsory, MPP equalize with the average physical product. So MPP by APP 2 by 2 is equal to 1. So end of the first stage elasticity of production is equal to 1. We are identifying one is okay, clear. And next point is same as the end of the second stage, elasticity of production is equal to MPP value is equal to 0 in the end of the second stage. So we are taking as the value is equal to MPP value is equal to 0 by 2, 0 by 3, 0 by 4, 0 by something is equal to 0. Okay, so end of the second stage, starting of the third stage, elasticity of production is equal to 0. Here is 1, elasticity of production end of the second stage is equal to 0. We are also identified 2 points. One more question is elasticity of production in second stage. Elasticity of production in second stage means in between 1 and 0. Why? Because means end of the first stage or starting of the second stage is 1. End of the second stage is called so. So elasticity of production for the second stage, not 1, not 0. In between, more than 0, less than 1. In between 0 and 1. Please make here clarity. End of the first stage, elasticity of production equal to 1. End of the second stage, elasticity of production is equal to 0. Elasticity of production in second stage, in between 0 and 1, not 1, not 0. Why? Because means there is a specificity is there. End of the first stage, starting of the second stage, elasticity of production is equal to 1. Why? Because means the elasticity of formula is MPP by APP. So compulsory elasticity of production at the starting of the first stage is equal to 1. Elasticity of production at the end of the second stage is equal to 0. Elasticity of production in second stage, in between 0 and 1, starting of the second stage, 1, end of the second stage, is equal to 0. Okay, this is the clarity points. Make clear about this point. Second stage, starting of the second stage, end of the second stage. 1, in between 0 and 1, 0. Okay, same as the elasticity of production in first stage was
greater than 1.
more than 1. Why? Because means here MPP is highest in points. Okay, here comes greater than 1. MPP by APP. MPP is highest in position. So elasticity of production becomes more than 1. Okay, here is greater than 1. Same as here is less than
Please
0.
mute
Also it
wherever
is
that
pronounced.
noise is coming. You please mute yourself wherever from where that noise is coming.
Same as here we are saying that elasticity of production less than 1. In the third stage, elasticity of production is less than 0. It is also taken as a negative in nature. Negative. Why? Because means MPP values becomes in negative in nature. -1, -2. MPP is negative in nature. -1 by 2 becomes minus 0.5. -2 by 2 -1. So in third stage, elasticity of production is negative in nature. Some people say that based upon the elasticity of production. Some books refers that elasticity of production is increasing in first stage, negative returns will be appear in the third stage. Why? Because means elasticity of production is negative in nature in third stage. So some books refers that increasing returns, positive returns appear in first stage, second stage. Increasing returns going on increasing in first stage. Negative returns will be takes place in third stage based upon the elasticity of production. This is the MPP APP elasticity of production. Okay, and next one is here is there. What is the position of MPP in first stage? What is the relationship between MPP and APP in second stage? And what is the relationship between MPP and TPP in third stage? Okay, this relationship is most important. Okay, I am here explaining here. First, I am explaining about total physical product curve. What is the total physical curve behavior in first stage, second stage, and third stage? First of all, go through the first stage. And first stage, TPP is increases with the increasing rate up to the point of inflection. The point of inflection, how to identify is where the MPP value is maximum. That is the point of inflection. Observe on the TPP curve. MPP reaches maximum. This is MPP line. MPP reaches maximum. At that point, TPP curve is represented as a point of inflection. Why? What is the need of identification of point of inflection is at that point TPP increases with increasing rate. After reaching the point of inflection, TPP increases with the decreasing rate. Here is the increasing return. Okay, and previous classes I'm explaining this is the increasing returns, law of returns, and then this is decreasing returns. Okay, here is increases with increasing rate. Okay, first of all increases with increases rate. So the shape of the curve is convex in nature. After reaching the point of inflection, it converted into concave. Okay, convex, and then it is converted into concave. Okay, inverted shape. It is increases with increasing rate. After the certain point reaches, TPP is positive but in decreasing rate. Okay, there is a observation between interchange of the curve. The TPP line interchange will be observed at the point of inflection. The point of inflection represents on the TPP line. Okay, how to we are identify this point of inflection is at that point our MPP line reaches maximum and then going on decreasing. MPP reaches maximum at that point. We are drawing the line up to the tangent with the TPP line, and then we are identifying this is the point. Interchanging of the shape of the curve will be takes place. TPP total physical curve is previously convex and then converted into concave. Why? Because means at earlier stages total product increases with increasing rate. After the certain point our total product increases positive but in decreasing rate. Okay, diminishing rate, decreasing rate. Okay, why? Because means our change in the marginal product represents change in the output. Our changing in the output marginal product is decreasing in nature but it is positive. Here is there up to this point increases and then decreasing. Up to the end of the second stage marginal returns is decreasing but the value is positive. Value of the MPP line is positive. After reaching the end of the second stage the MPP marginal physical product becomes negative values. So we are saying that TPP is increases with increasing rate up to the point of inflection. After the point of inflection total physical product increases but decreasing rate. Okay, after the end of the second stage, after end of the second stage TPP is decreases with increasing rate. Why? Because means our MPP becomes negative. So there is a sudden fall in the total product. Total product is started decreasing. Remember at this point increases with increasing rate, increases with decreasing rate. Okay, increases with decreasing rate. Here is TPP decreases with increasing rate after the end of the second stage. End of the second stage TPP started decreasing with increasing rate. Okay, this is about the total physical product line characteristics. Up to the point of inflection it is convex and then it converted into concave. Okay, and then I am explaining about average physical product. Average physical product is entire first stage. It shows increasing rate. Okay, when it is reaches maximum at that point it shows the ending of the first stage, and it reaches maximum and then it started to fallen out, decreasing in nature. Okay, this is APP, average physical product increases and then decreases. When it reaches maximum it tangent with the MPP. Okay, this is the first stage. In options they given as the APP always increasing in rate, always increases in first stage. It is true statement. Okay, it is always increases in first stage. In second stage APP is always decreases. Yes, correct stage. One more statement is okay, simple statements. Always increases in first stage true, always decreases it is also true in second stage. Okay, now I am explaining about marginal physical product. Marginal physical product in first stage increases up to a certain point and started decreasing. Okay, and started decreasing. Here is the marginal physical product started up to a certain point and then started decreasing. Okay, the options given as the marginal physical product always increases in first stage. That is a wrong statement. Why? Because means in first stage MPP increases and reaches a certain point and going to decreasing in nature. So in first stage marginal physical product show both increasing and decreasing, but average physical product shows always increasing in nature. APP always increases in first stage. Okay, but this statement according to the MPP that is false. MPP, marginal physical product, not always increases in first stage. It is started increasing and then decreasing. It shows both increases and decreases. This is the point of inflection on total physical product. Remember it. Point of inflection, the interchangeability of curve, convex to concave. Point of cognition, point of cognition, point of cognition observed at the end of the second stage. Cognition, cognition means stacking of the all inputs at the one position. Point of cognition, it represents all inputs come together. More utilization of fixed and variable points will be takes place, so it is considered as a point of cognition. Struck, take care here. MPP increases and decreases in first stage. Average physical product always increases in first stage. Okay, both are true statement. MPP increases and decreases in first stage. APP always increases in first stage. It is also true. APP always decreases in second stage. It is also true. MPP always decreases in second stage. This is also true. Always, remember this is keyword, sometimes used as a always, 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 always. Okay, always decreases. MPP always decreases in second stage. True. MPP always increases in first stage. That is false. In first stage, MPP increases and then falls up to the certain point and tangent with the MPP and also fallen down. Take care about this word always. This is about TPP, APP and MPP. In third stage, APP is positive but decreasing in nature. In third stage, MPP is negative and also fallen down, decreasing in nature with negative values. APP positive and decreasing. MPP negative and decreasing. TPP in third stage, TPP decreases with increasing rate. Okay, here is rate. In TPP, we are discussing about rate also. Sudden fallen in the total product. Why? Because means our MPP reaches negative. Okay, remember this point. In third stage, total physical product decreases with increasing rate. This is about TPP, APP, MPP. Negative, positive, and positive with increasing rate, decreases with increasing rate. Here is there MPP is more than APP. Here is there MPP is always higher than the APP. Okay, so we are considering as in which stage MPP is higher than the APP. In which stage MPP is value is more than the APP. In first stage. In first stage, APP is below the MPP curve. Why? Because means APP reaches maximum point. At that point only MPP is equal to APP. Otherwise, in first stage, marginal physical product is more than the average physical product. Average physical product. Okay, MPP is highest. This is the MPP line. This is our APP line. In first stage, MPP is larger than APP. What about in second stage? Means that time APP line comes into upper side, MPP line becomes lower side. In that second stage, APP is maximum, not maximum, higher than the value of the marginal physical product. The value of average physical product is more than value of marginal physical product. Remember, value of average physical product value is more than the value of marginal physical product. Value of marginal physical product maximum at the point of ending of the second, ending of the first stage, starting of the second stage only. Okay, this is situation. This is at this point the MPP value is below the zero, means the MPP is negative. This is the important points for this concept. One more bit is there. What is the marginal value of the fixed cost? Fixed factors. Fixed factors are fixed inputs. What is the marginal value of the fixed inputs in first stage, what is the marginal value of the variable inputs? Remember at this point also one more bit is there. Technical efficiency of fixed inputs represented by total physical product. Technical efficiency of the variable input represented by average product APP line. Average physical product also represents technical efficiency of the variable inputs. Technical efficiency means technical efficiencies per unit input. How much output will be takes place? Efficiency. How much efficiency is there from per unit of input? In marketing also we are studied about technical efficiency as well as a physical efficiency. Technical efficiency is also known as a physical efficiency. Remember this point. Technical efficiency same as a physical efficiency. Price efficiency is also known as a allocative efficiency. Allocative efficiency in marketing, this is also important points. Technical efficiency, physical efficiency. Technical efficiency or physical efficiency, price efficiency or allocative efficiency. How much price is efficient? Efficiency of the price. In technical efficiency in market, we are saying that the technology per unit production. For example, there is include transportation cost, storage cost, processing cost from paddy to rice, conversion of paddy to rice. The processing cost is included. We are considering the which technology is feasible. Any technology is technically feasible, economically viable or not. We are testing all this thing. Technically feasible, economically viable. Any any technology. In project analysis also, in finance project analysis, the project is technically feasible or economically viable or not, we are also considering. Okay, here is in according to the production economics, we are focusing on the technical efficiency. How to fixed inputs are technically efficient. We are identified based upon the total physical product. Total physical product represent technical efficiency of fixed inputs. Technical efficiency of the fixed inputs represented by total physical product line, as well as the technical efficiency of the variable inputs. Technical efficiency of the variable inputs represented by average physical product. Average physical product represents technical efficiency of the variable inputs. Variation in the input, how much output will be going on, what is the output position, increases or decreases, constant, what is the position, efficiency of the variable inputs represented by average physical product. One more is there. Yeah, previously also said marginal value of the fixed input in first stage. In first stage, marginal value of the marginal product of the fixed inputs. Remember, marginal value is positive. Marginal value is positive in first stage. The marginal value MPP is positive in first stage. This is positive line. Positive, it's represent the variable inputs. Variable input, the marginal product, marginal value of the variable input is positive. The marginal value of the fixed input is negative. Okay, the marginal value of the fixed input in negative in first stage. Why? Because means we are using more number of, for example, 1 2 3 4. This is the fifth unit, sixth unit. Previously I'm saying that seed, fertilizers, pesticides, weed and irrigation hours, like that. Okay, among that I'm keeping as a seed, fertilizers, pesticides and labors for the weeding purposes is larger in position when 1 hour irrigation is given. Okay, here is variable input usage is minimum in the first stage. The usage of the fixed input utilization is more in first stage. So the marginal value of the fixed input is negative in nature, same as the in going on increasing the variable input 1 2 3 4 5 6, going on increasing the variable input, the irrigation hours is increases. At that point, the utilization of variable input becomes larger in position. That situation, our fixed input utilization is becomes same, so it is becomes limited in nature. That time variable input utilization becomes higher in nature. So marginal product or marginal value of the variable input is negative in third stage. marginal value or marginal product of the variable inputs negative in third stage, marginal product of the fixed inputs negative in first stage. Okay, fixed inputs, remember somewhere they are using fixed inputs, marginal product of the fixed inputs negative in. Most of the people thinks that okay, marginal product is simply given, marginal products negative in third stage, marginal product negative for the variable input in third stage for the fixed inputs. They are specifically asking the question about fixed inputs, marginal value or marginal product about the fixed inputs negative in first stage. Okay, in marginal product of the variable inputs negative in third stage. Remember this point, variable inputs negative in third stage. So why, there is one more question is there, which stage is rational, which stages are irrational zone. Okay, which stage is suboptimal zone, which stage is supra optimal zone, supra optimal, suboptimal, optimal, supra optimal. Okay, supra optimal zone. In first stage, suboptimal zone considered as a suboptimal zone. Why? Because means utilization of variable inputs are limited in nature. Here is 1 2 3 variable input utilization is limited. Compare with the fixed input, lesser utilization is there. There is a combination of the fixed and variable input is differentiating in nature. The utilization of variable input is limited. 1 2 3 4. Here is going on increasing. The variable input utilization becomes dominating in nature. Utilization of variable input is higher in nature. So it is called as a supra optimal zone. Supra. Okay, supra optimal zone. More utilization of variable inputs. Suboptimal zone. Minimum number of variable input is utilization. Limited number of variable input is utilized in first stage. Suboptimal, this is optimal zone. Second stage is considered as the optimal zone. Why? Because means the combination between the fixed input and a variable input is optimal point that gives efficient output. Economical output is comes from this combination fixed and variable. Okay, suboptimal, optimal zone, supra optimal zone. This suboptimal zone and the supra-optimal zone is also considered as the irrational zone. Why? Because means irrational zone means in first stage utilization of dependency on the fixed input is maximum. Most output is highest depend on fixed inputs. The fixed inputs, okay, the output is maximum depend upon efficiency, technical efficiency of the fixed input. The variable input utilization is limited in number 1 2 3, limited in number. So the dependency on fixed input is maximum in first stage, same as the utilization of variable. This is 6 7 8. The output dependency on variable input is highest in second stage. Fixed factors, fixed inputs becomes limited, variable input utilization is going on increases. There is variable input utilization is maximum number. So this third stage is also considered as the irrational zone. First stage is also considered as the irrational zone. Why? Because means output values are depend mostly on fixed input utilization. Input Fixed input utilization is maximum. Same as in third stage, the output depends on maximum variable input utilization. Okay, so this is also called as a irrational zone. Okay, fixed in first stage, variable in third stage. Okay, only we are considering the only variable inputs. Variable input utilization is minimum, lower values in first stages. So we are considered as a suboptimal zone. The utilization of variable input is maximum in third stage. So it is called as a supra optimal zone. Suboptimal, variable input utilization is lesser value in first stage. Suboptimal, variable input utilization is maximum, highest utilization of variable resource takes place. So supra optimal. Okay, it is also irrational zone. This is also third stage, also irrational zone. Second stage only rational zone and optimal zone. Suboptimal, optimal, supra-optimal. Okay, this is about the entire concept about the 3 stages of production function. Number of questions comes from the this 3 stages of production function. Okay, it is clear. Anyone have doubt about? I will clarify it. Today classes, this is the 3 stages of production function. Law of returns, what is TPP, APP, MPP, and what is suboptimal zone, what is optimal zone, rational zone, irrational zone. Anyone have any doubt? I will clarify.
Sir, at the inflection point, TPP is constant, sir.
At the point of inflection, not TPP is constant. It represents the values are going. Take here. One table is also represented. Okay. Here is also is there. MPP reaches maximum. Some people also explain about the increasing, decreasing constant based upon the marginal physical product values also. Increasing returns, constant return, and decreasing returns. But most of the reference books like ML Jingan and Ahuja books, Devitt, Elementary Economics by Devitt, they are given the increasing returns, constant returns, and decreasing returns based upon the elasticity of production. Negative returns observed in the third stage. Negative returns. Okay. Here is negative returns is there in third stage. Okay. Remember this point also. At the when MPP reaches maximum, at that point TPP is not constant. It is going on increases. We cannot say that it is constant point or decreasing point. We are remembering the interchangeable, increasing with increasing rate, increases with decreasing rate, and a maximum point and decreases with decreasing rate. At that point there is no constant point.
Okay, sir. Sir, if TPP is constant, what is the value of MPP?
When TPP reaches constant point, one
What
yes,
is the value of TPP?
yes, one more bit is there. Okay, bit is asked as a TPP is constant. Okay, when TPP value becomes constant, at that point what is the returns? At that point increasing returns or decreasing returns or constant returns is there. Okay, hello.
Okay, sir.
Okay, like that some bits are also given. That point we are saying that at that point we are expecting that constant returns also. Okay, some bits also is there. MPP value is equal to 0. What is
Okay.
that position? At that point TPP is equal to maximum. That is the one more bit is there. What is the maximum output point? What is the economical output point? When end of the second stage represents maximum output point in between the second stage from this point to this point. This is the economical product point, economically profitable output point in between the second stage, in between the starting of the second stage, ending of the second stage. Economical output point in between second stage. Output is maximum output possible point is end of the second stage. Maximum output point, we are focusing on the maximum output only. Economical output, economically good output point in between the these 2 points, starting of the second stage, end of the second stage. Economical output, so this stage is also considered as the rational zone, optimal output point. Economical output is good at the which point in between the second stage. Okay, starting ending of the, in between anywhere, this point, 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 any point. Okay, any point, this is economically good output point. Maximum output point, maximum output point is this is the maximum output point. Beyond this point we cannot get output, becomes it negative returns, it gives negative returns. So maximum output point is end of the second stage. Economical, economically good output point is in between the second stage. Okay, in between the second stage. It is clear. Economical output, maximum output.
So what is the double loss zone, sir?
Double loss zone is this is the third stage. third stage is considered as a double loss zone, where losing the sixth, here is fifth unit of variable input, sixth unit of variable input, seventh, eighth is there. Double loss means we are losing the input. For example, anything have alternative uses. For example, we are placing this input in this production process, we are placing this input in another production process. That time we are efficiently utilizing this inputs. We are losing the input in same production process, as well as our output is also decreases. This is a double loss. We are losing our output in decreasing nature, as well as we are losing this input utilization in another process. We are not able to utilize in another production process. So there is double loss. Double loss means we are losing the output level, as well as the input availability of input becomes going on decreasing. It is better for us to place this irrigation water in another enterprises, another crop production process. That situation we are getting good yield. Our output is increases, input utilization is efficient manner. So this third stage is also called as a double loss stage. Double loss. Okay. Input
Okay,
is also losing, output is also we are losing.
okay. Sir, if one question is given, sir,
Yes, yes.
if MPP is maximum, what is the condition of TPP?
2 seconds. Okay. First of all, they given as a TPP is maximum.
MPP is maximum.
Okay, MPP is maximum.
Condition of TPP.
Okay, condition of TPP. What is the position of TPP?
Options given, sir. Decreases at increasing rate.
Okay.
Increases at decreasing rate.
Okay.
Or increases at constant rate.
We are saying that increases at the constant rate. Why? Because means before the point of this is the convex and then convert it into convex. Increases with increasing rate, we are considered as the increases with increasing rate. Okay. After the point of inflection, we are saying that increases with decreasing rate. In between these 2 points, we are considered as a some constancy is there. So this is as a constant. This is the constant rate. Okay. TPP increases with the constant rate. Okay. The option 3 is right. Constant. Is
So at the
stable.
point, TPP is not constant, sir.
At which point?
Inflection point.
Not maximum. Not TPP is not maximum. It represents MPP is maximum.
Constant, sir. TPP is not constant, sir.
TPP value is not constant.
So
The returns, the constant returns, increasing returns, decreasing returns, and negative returns. The position of the returns they are explaining. The total product value is not all constant. Why? Because means we are going up to the maximum output point compulsory. We are identifying the maximum output point. And another point is economical output point. What is the economical output point? At which output point? Here is we are expecting in constant returns. Okay.
okay.
Here further economical output also possible to we are getting. This is the maximum output point. This is the economical output point. We are economical. This points also economically good points. Okay. Here also they are explaining increasing returns, constant returns, decreasing returns, and negative returns. Okay. Focus on that. Increasing returns, constant returns, decreasing returns, and negative returns. Here is their MPP reaches maximum point. Okay. Here is our output also is increases, but we are expecting constant returns. 14, 19. The value of total product is not constant.
Sir, MPP is maximum means at that point it is constant, sir.
That means not constant. That we are identifying the point. That is the change in additional output. The change in the input gives change in the additional output is that is the last point. The marginal product explains the additional output. How much additional input? Remember, marginal product represents how much additional output comes from the additional input increasing. We are increasing the input 1, 2, 3. Some farmers are there. They simply say that the neighbor farmers supplying the fertilizers or spraying the pesticides, they are also follow the spraying of pesticides irrespective of their damage of the crop, anything. They are not considering the other concept. So we are explaining that please don't go further beyond the third input usage. Why? Because means your additional product, additional output comes from the additional unit of input. Go from second to third. Your additional output is maximum at that point. We are explaining additional input gives additional output is that is the maximum. Beyond that point, go to the fourth unit. You are getting additional input is below this point. Here is 5, here is 4. The additional input comes from this additional input is decreasing nature. Okay, additionality output, for example, here is there first input that gives 10 bags, in second gives second unit out input uses gives 20 bags of output, third unit of input that gives 25 bags. As a farmer, what we are thinking that 10 bags, 20 bags, 25 bags. What we are saying that yes, output is going on increasing. So go for the fourth unit of input also. Okay, that time we are expecting just to 28 bags. What will be happen here is the change in the output is 10 bags. The change is 5 bags. The change is just to 3 bags. Okay, we are representing here, we are identifying the total product. Additional input comes from the addition of the one more input is that is a point of maximum. It explains. Okay, total output is increases 10, 20, 25, 28. The maximum point of the MPP maximum represent, it is better when you have limited number of resources. That time you stop at the third unit of input. So at that point, your additional output, you are gaining additional output is maximum. There is no need to go for the further. Okay,
Okay. Okay, sir.
it
Thank you, sir.
represents additionally output. Additional output. What is the additional quantity? Okay, without considering the marginal concept, we are simply going to the total concept 10, 20, 25, 28. What we are observing with this data, everyone uneducated people also say that yes, values are increasing 10, 20, 25, 28. Our output is going on increasing, but we are further considering the marginal additional values. That time we are identifying yes, previous year we are getted additional of 10 bags than the previous year, but this year we are lost the additional 5 units. The loss of the additional output is 5. The change is there 10, 5. Where further I am considering the additional values decreases. So marginal value is going on decrease. So we're identifying okay, this total product, this point represents the additionality of total output is, this is the point. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
There is one question. Sir, if APP is maximum, what is the condition of TPP?
One second, sir.
If APP maximum, what about TPP?
APP is maximum. At that point, we are simply say that TPP also increases. So they cannot consider. This is the
Oh.
point. APP reaches maximum. At that point, TPP is increases with the decreasing rate. Same as the
Oh.
where main point is this is the point of inflection. Increases with decreasing rate. Okay, increases with increasing rate and increases with decreasing rate. Okay, after the completion of point of inflection, this TPP characteristics remains same.
Okay.
TPP increases with the decreasing. This characteristics enter same. So
Okay, then
here
any
is
more
the
doubts?
point is there. MPP maximum and APP maximum. Remember it point. Somewhere options given as the APP maximum, we are identify the point of inflection on TPP. That is wrong. MPP is maximum. That is the point where identify the point of inflection on TPP line. Okay, when APP is maximum, there is no special characteristics of the TPP. Simple. What will we are saying that same as a TPP increases positive but decreasing rate. There is no special characteristics. TPP have the special characteristics when MPP reaches maximum. MPP is maximum. At that point, TPP interchangeable, convex to concave. Increasing with increasing returns becomes increases with decreasing returns. Because in most of the cases, most of the students unaware about this point of inflection, TPP is maximum. APP is maximum. There is no special characteristics shown by the TPP line. It is remains same. There is no special characteristics. Here
Okay, any
also is
more questions? Yes, students. Okay, no doubts. Everything is clear. Okay, then okay. If you are having no doubt, then we'll wind up this session. Thank you, Arif. Very wonderful session. The basic concepts of economics. Okay, we'll meet again. There is a this discussion session is at tomorrow at 8 p.m. regarding that previous class, that previous test. So I will circulate that questions to you. Okay. So thank you, Arif, and thank you, students. We'll meet again at 5:30. The class is classification of crafts and related terminology. So I am requesting all of you before coming to class, just go through the different botanical names and whatever the classification is, whatever the literature you are availing or through Google or whatever that internet, just go through that different terminology and botanical names of field crafts. Okay. Thank you, Arif.
yes, sir. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you.